The Tower card reversed. So when the Tower card reversed comes up, it's like, oh, close call. You or the seeker averted some kind of disaster, that there's also a delay in the inevitable, and also it can mean resisting change. So still resisting change. And this represents a manageable crisis, but it's an expected change that's taking place. And the Tower card reversed is the basic interpretation of circumstances breaking down and changing remains the same. So sometimes it's a letdown, like it's like, oh, it almost happened, but it didn't. Well, it still means that that energy is in place, but maybe the timing wasn't right, or it means that you lost your chance. And a lot of times it's like, darn it, you missed it. So the Tower reverse can suggest that the seeker knows about a certain breakdown and is not completely shocked or caught off guard with the changes in the chaos that has come about. And this card also represents that the crisis or the changes are less severe. So not as severe as a Tower upright. But truth still brings positive changes. So truth and honesty is still the power of the card that bring positive changes for the seeker. And they're no longer imprisoned by their own or someone else's selfishness or ignorance. So when this card comes up in a reading, then it represents that what you relied on before will no longer be there for you now. So don't take this as a drastic and depressing change, but it is realistic, and it's time for you to become more self-reliant. In a relationship reading, it represents making adjustments to love, leaving a weak relationship or an unhealthy relationship. Career-wise, the Tower reversed represents surviving a layoff or avoiding taking risks in the career. So someone's like, should I quit my job and start my business? And this comes up. There is a career change, but they're avoiding taking the risk. When it comes up in a financial reading, then they are surviving financial disaster, or they just survived a financial disaster. You want to look at where that is, or they're going up to it, or where is it? Where's the disaster? And it also represents repeating financial patterns or financial troubles. So change is never an easy thing to accept, but depending on how much resist it depends on what we will be going through. So change is connected to our future. And so if we can manage to successfully navigate ourselves out of these changes, then we're going to experience a bit of a relief, and we'll get to experience the positive changes that come from it. So we do have to be brave, and this is a card of being brave, breaking the fear of suffering, delaying disaster, right? Avoiding disaster. So it is a good card when it is in the reverse.